like, okay, fine. I'll do it.
Okay, and we are live. Welcome everybody back to the progress report. I'm joined today by two men who need no introduction, really, YouTube legends. Returning to the show, we have Carl Benjamin, aka Sargon of Akkad, owner-operator of the Lotus Eaters. Very busy guy, so we appreciate you taking the time to be here. How's it going, sir?
Really well, thanks, and thank you, not a problem.
And for the first time on the channel, we have Count Dankula, the Nazi pug man himself. Pleasure to finally get to hang out with you, sir.
Thanks very much, man. Cheers. Also, if I sound tired, it's because I haven't slept at all. My daughter has a stomach bug, and she was sick in her sleep last night, and I was too paranoid to sleep because of that. So I just stayed up all night. So I'm really fucking tired.
Oh man, that sucks. Well, so listen, the way this show works is I have a series of clips that I'm going to play for you guys. And if you feel the urge to jump in and say anything, just start talking and I'll pause the video. It was election week last week. And so I have to start us off here a little bit of a kind of salt compilation from the election results. So this clip's a little bit longer, but like I said, feel free to jump in if you want, or just sit back and enjoy the moment. It's up to you.
Well, it's been rough. It was not what I was expecting at all, considering some of the rhetoric he has said. I thought we as a nation were smarter, but I guess not. To my transgender and friends and, you know, the people who it affects, as long as you stay alive, they cannot say we don't exist. Being a Satanist means rebelling against them because they're wrong. And as long as you draw breath.
Did she just say being a Satanist?
Yes.
Okay.
Look at those fucking teeth, though, man. Like, I swear to God, that thing could eat an apple through a letterbox. Like, honestly, look at that fucking shit.
Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, it almost makes me feel bad for her.
Yeah, you'd slap it and lose a finger.
Every breath you take is a rebellion. Keep on fighting because you just have to. Hail Satan, hail reason, always.
You voted against me. You voted against my right to live.
What I love about that is we've literally reduced them to, look, we've just got to continue breathing. You know, we're like, when it gets to that sort of stage in the war, things are getting quite bad for the enemy. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
good job,
true. Yeah, the level of hysteria that some of these people have been imbued with, it's, you know, you hear all this talk in the like CNN, MSNBC about like the far right and fascism and that, and if you're normal, you know that that's just like wild exaggerations. But I do almost feel bad for these people for they bought into it, you know, they bought into it completely.
They've been like completely radicalized in every single way. Like they just had the rhetoric rammed down their throats and they believed every single word of it. They probably believe that the jackboots are going to be at their door any second. They probably unironically believe that.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I've just started gaslighting them on Twitter. Whenever they're like, America's controlled by a fascist now, I'm like, yeah, Stephen King, you're right. He's going to come with the MAGA squads. You better leave. No. I agree with you. Fascist America. What now? What are you going to do? Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, be cooler if it was.
To all the women and their rights, I hope you enjoy your cheap fucking gas.
Can Kamala win in a landslide? And also, what are the likely scenarios to play out on election night? I'm ready to make my call for the 2024 presidential election. Kamala Harris will be the next president of the United States. Pennsylvania is looking fantastic for Harris. Tom, breaking news, Republicans appear to be panicking over Pennsylvania. Report, can Florida flip? That is one of the few questions I have about this election. A new poll showing Harris winning Iowa.
If you look at the likes on this guy, he's getting like 10, 20, 30,000 likes on every one of it. So he must have a lot of people on TikTok following him. Just wanted to note that.
is sending shockwaves.
You know about the little meme edit of the Soy Jack crying and the Chad face, like going at him movie with video. It's got like you're coping and seething to cope.
Yeah.
That's all I'm hearing in my head.
Yeah. You are coping and seething.
Exactly.
I know it well.
The Republican Party and through U.S. Here's your morning dose of election hopium, brought to you by chronic insomnia from reading early vote data. Tomorrow, America rejects hate. Let's build a map. Starting with the House, I think the Democrats are going to have a good night, north of 230 seats. This guy can't be president. He's an absolute, let's go win ourselves an election. So how am I feeling about the election tonight? Pennsylvania early voting data does not show Donald Trump doing well there. 5 p.m. election update. Harris is doing much better than Donald Trump is in the suburban areas. Election night update, 6:30 p.m. Currently, there is a red mirage causing a lot of people to panic. It's election night, and here's the current state of the race. The Democrats are behind in the blue ball in the Midwest. Trump won. I was wrong. I already know there's going to be a cascade of comments and all sorts of stuff saying, haha. The reality is, it will not affect me. She had every advantage. Last night, I stayed up thinking, what did I miss? I won't be doing debates anymore in this app. Before you check out from politics, just hear me out. Inflation is already on its way. Steve Madden has announced. People seem to think I'm quitting TikTok. That's not the reality at all. Fact is, Democrats need a new plan going forward, and I think I know what it is.
He was so certain. He was so fucking certain. And he was just like, yeah, Trump won, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. He's wrong about everything. And then he's like, I know how to fix this, guys. Trust me, the guy who was just wrong about everything.
This was the thing. There's a really big podcast in Britain called The Rest is Politics, right? And it's a mainstream shitlib podcast run by mainstream shitlibs, right? And they are literally calling it Harris, easy win. It's going to be completely fine. It's going to go really well. And, Donald Trump supporters are going to go out and riot, blah, blah, blah. There'll be another January the 6th, blah, blah, blah. And they were so totally wrong, blown out completely live on air. And they just sat there going, well, I guess it's just remarkable how wrong we were. And it's like, this is your fucking career over, bro. Like, no, why would anyone trust your take on anything?
Yeah, he didn't just win. He won the popular vote, which is wild.
Yeah.
They ran just the worst candidate they could have ran, basically.
Yeah, she was terrible.
Our entire platform was, I'm not Trump. That's it. She didn't promise anything about inflation, the cost of living crisis, the energy crisis. She didn't have a plan. She just went, I'm not the other guy. That was our whole campaign. That was it.
Yeah. And also abortion.
Which is a weird campaign when most of America likes the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they also like abortion. That was a big one that they pushed a lot and all that kind of stuff. And it was, well, it was a little bit white pilling that at least the majority of white women didn't go for that messaging.
Yeah. Like that was the thing. Their big thing was abortion. You can kill your baby. It's like, okay, but white women didn't go for that. So now what?
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. I feel that way too. It's all right. We feel that way together, okay? Let it out. Let it out.
I feel like in some ways it's a little bit of like a lot of people said this, it's like 2016 all over again, and they're saying that mostly because of like the liberal freaks outs, but there's this kind of like there's this weird feminist vibe too that is very reminiscent of 2016, like let your rage out yelling. There's another one we're gonna get to later too that touches on that.
All the Handmaid's Tale memes as well.
You're right. Yeah.
Like they really went hard on that imagery this time. And it's like, I mean, A, that's not going to change anything. Trump isn't going to do anything to abortion. But B, good. Yeah. You're all going into the breeding camps. Now what?
Everybody wants to show the happy side. I'm mad as hell
So just a quick pause. She's got
because I have responsibility.
Can we pause it? Right. So she's got what I would call like Minotaur physiognomy. Like you could just see her with a ring through that nose, a bull ring through the nose, and two great cow's horns coming off her head, and it would be very plausible that you were Theseus in the labyrinth with a Minotaur, right? Wouldn't it?
Is it? Is that how you guys say it in the UK? I always thought it was Minotaur.
Well, it's how I say it. I mean,
I say Minotaur.
Okay, well, I'm not getting Americanized, so.
You're
right. She's built like a brick shit house, my dad would say. Like she could be a linebacker.
She's a big ogre type.
Well, the Minotaur is the son of King Minos, so not Minos. So I that's why I'm pronouncing it that way. But anyway, the point is though, like she's got this kind of angry cow face, which I feel like being in a relationship with her would be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna do these freaking dishes.
I don't think that our beloved country, America, knows what it's in for with a fascistic society and dictator.
Yeah. This is one of the copes, right? Like all the people voting were just naive. They think they don't realize they're going to get sent to the work camps and shit like that.
Am I out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong. Like that, they do this every single time. They don't actually try and win voters. They just call everyone that's not voting for them stupid because they like feeling like intellectually superior. And to be fair, it's not nice that they do that, but it's great that they fucking do that because it fucking helps us every single election.
Yeah, there was a clip of Vosh doing that. I don't know if I have it. He's like, yeah, the Republicans are the party of the working class because working class are uneducated and easily susceptible to propaganda.
Fucking Moscow. That's so good.
Yeah.
I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not being dramatic. I have said this on tapes before, but I am shocked and crushed at how many people I personally know did not vote or felt like there was no difference between the candidates or just were too self-involved to learn anything about it. And that makes me sad. I know this will get me in trouble, but I really, really wish Taylor Swift had done an event with Vice President Harris.
Where's Taylor Swift? What is it? Did you think that Taylor Swift was going to turn up like fucking Gandalf from the East?
Save us, Taylor Swift. You're our only hope.
Yeah. For Taylor Swift, Trump would have been destroyed.
Fucking hell, man. I mean, Kathy Griffin looks like she slept under a bush last night. Honestly, look at the state of her.
So the thing is, Donald Trump has got the opportunity to just do the funniest thing in the world, and that's basically tweet out, "You're all going to the camps," just as a massive joke. It would send them off the fucking edge, and it'd be really funny.
Yeah.
No, because people might start fucking boogalooing and going on mass shootings and shit like that. Like maybe not.
Good point.
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania 2 months ago. Okay, I just had to say that because she is so powerful, and it's not fair that the weight of the world should be on a pop star's shoulders. I just did not realize how racist and misogynistic America still is.
I know.
Trump's already been president once.
What was that?
Trump's already been president once. Come on.
Yeah, they said all the same stuff last time. Oh, he's going to put us all into camps, and then that never happened. Like, literally none of the rhetoric bullshit stuff they were making up fucking happened, but they're still pushing the exact same shit.
But I didn't realize how racist my country was. It's like, what did you think when they voted him the first time? Come on.
Yeah, well, hopefully he goes a bit harder. Like the messaging has been really good. I think like when he does his little platform videos or policy videos where he's like, we're going to protect free speech, we're going to outlaw transgender kids, all that kind of stuff.
Outlaw transgender
yeah, you're illegal now, kid.
Where are your papers?
No human beings illegal. That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
It says here you are male.
I need you to check on your teacher, Bree. So I'll tell you, we are not okay. We are not okay. It shouldn't be this hard. I walked out of my classroom today, and I honestly don't want to go back.
Good, quiet.
Every single one of you need to
with the teachers, but it's like, everyone, Trump won, so now I'm not allowed to talk to children about sucking cock anymore, and I'm so upset. Like, I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah, there's been a lot of those little and it's actually shocking. You're like, what? These people are teaching our children, and they're completely unhinged.
Yeah, it's been like, Billy, what's 2 + 2? We didn't learn that in school. We learned what a fucking blowjob is, though. We learned. Do you know that Mrs. Tice likes women? She's gay, and they scissor. Yeah, like she smells like cat piss. Like that's what we learned today. Like it's like honestly, like all the stuff that's being taught now has no bearing whatsoever on like a future career or creating a productive member of society.
Well, there's a weird kind of parasocial aspect to it all as well. Like the kids in my class remembered my pronouns today. I'm so happy. It's like, they're not your fucking friends, bro.
Yeah, they're not there for your validation.
Yeah, exactly. You've got a job and you're not doing it.
I love how it needs to be dumb kids. You know, the people that believe in Santa, that they have to go for their validation.
follow and block influencers who said nothing about this election, or who said they were voting third party, or who said they were voting for Trump. There is a creator on here who is listing creators who stayed silent, or who said they were voting third party, or who were voting for Trump.
Because if you voted for Trump, I genuinely hope you are so happy right now. I hope you're having the greatest day of your fucking life. Because you know what? When
trans men most affected, apparently.
I hope you're happy. I'm fucking elated, bro.
Yeah. Enjoy your cheap gas. Thanks. I will, actually. I will.
Yeah, this video you made, it's just gravy. You know, that was just a wonderful little thing on an already perfect evening. Please continue.
your kid is in school one day and there's a school shooting and they fucking die or get sent to the hospital or someone they know gets shot, I hope that you were happy with the thoughts and prayers that come from that. I hope that you were so fucking happy that if your wife gets raped, that she has to have that child. I hope you were so fucking happy that the trans people in your fucking life might have to detransition because this motherfucker's gonna take away gender affirming care. I hope you were so fucking happy that the economy is supposedly gonna be okay now because you voted for Donald Trump, the man who was gonna take away all the rights of so many groups of people, not even just fucking trans people, so many groups of fucking people.
At this point, I think I might just be anti-human rights.
Yeah, what was it? The hipster John Lennon was really fucking upset there, wasn't he? Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love saying rights, don't they? They think if you just call something a right, then you win.
Yeah. No, that's exactly it. And like the best one is Jeremy Corbyn in Britain did this a few years ago, being like broadband is a human right, and I was like, Jesus, all my childhood I was getting my human rights violated because broadband hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't even realize how bad it was for me. You know what I mean? Like I was there being happy and going outside, and all the time I was addicted.
There I was waiting half an hour for a single image to load, having my rights violated.
Yeah, exactly. Line by fucking line.
And for everybody out there wanting Trump to pivot or change or somehow whatever you want him to do, he just won a mandate from the American people to execute on the program that he laid out in this election. It wasn't particularly
execute. Nice choice of words there.
We just want a mandate from the American people to execute. Oh, brilliant.
Close. And I think he ought to put people in place who are going to do it. That's what the people
will go
are
after
asking
his
for.
enemies. I mean, that's
not what he ran on.
Yes, he did. It is explicitly what he ran on.
That's not what he ran on.
Look at what he said in the past week. He literally said that he was going to exact vengeance.
You still don't understand how you lost. He ran on immigration.
Don't say me. I'm not a Democrat. Yep.
He ran on immigration.
I'm a
He ran
journalist.
on inflation.
I'm not here paid
He
to
ran
represent
one of the many things he ran on in addition
He ran on the issues that people care about. He ran on the economy. He ran
Nobody's
on
saying that he didn't run on those things, but he also ran on vengeance. Yes. He did also run on going after the people who went after him.
There was one lady that 80 fucking years over some bullshit. Do you think he's just going to shrug his shoulders and walk away from that? Like, no, of course he's going to get fucking vengeance.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Because you'd be in jail. Like, I hope he does. I hope he just walks in. I hope he walks into the Senate like, hey, remember me?
I mean, it's actually crazy. They'll say out of one side of their mouth he's a convicted felon. He was found liable for rape in court and all that, and then they'll turn around and be like, people are going to prosecute. He's going to prosecute his political enemies, or persecute rather. And it's like every normal person watching those legal cases that were brought against him knows that they were totally trumped up, pun intended. I guess.
Guys, he's going to do the exact same thing to us that we were doing to him. It's like, oh, so you admit
you realize how bad this is?
Yeah, you admit that lawfare's fucked up then. Why were you engaging in it? Fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I covered the Trump thing. I think this was an Asian lady.
During a recent podcast with the comedian Theo Von, instead of talking about economy or immigration or healthcare or the global conflicts, they discussed cocaine addiction.
No, cocaine addiction.
Oh man, I love Indian news broadcasts. The accent just adds a whole extra layer to it.
Did you see that? See her fucking
just like
eyebrows, man. Jesus, like they were almost like touching in the middle. Like, look at that shit, man. Like fucking hell, the merge is happening. Like in the middle of this woman's fucking forehead.
Discussed cocaine addiction.
No, cocaine addiction.
This whole country is mentally ill. This whole country is mentally fucking ill.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, because you're a racist piece of shit and you can't wait. You know what? When your social security is gone, you ugly piece of shit, you'll be the last one fucking laughing, not the rest of us. Oh my God, I know you can barely read, and you probably got a 6th grade level of education, you piece of shit. But I can tell the only joke around here is you, and look in the fucking mirror.
You know, this is exactly why Trump got elected, for crazy people like you.
I'm not fucking crazy, okay? Alright? I'm worried about the women in this fucking country.
I'm
I know
crazy. She's having a fucking mental breakdown in the American equivalent of Greg's. Screaming at the cashier and the rest of the wages.
Yeah, and she's saying this whole country is mentally ill, but not me. I'm not crazy. I'm the sane one.
Can't care because you're going to go back and drink your...
Give me a break. You know, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I wish I would see something like this in Publix. I never see this kind of thing. It'd be fun to pull out your phone and start filming an actual meltdown like that.
Beers in your fucking truck and not give a shit about anybody but yourself. Oh, yeah. But the rest of us have to fucking deal with your dumb shit that you fucking did to the rest of this fucking country.
Maybe try low-fat milk.
Beautiful. You're lucky.
You said maybe try low-fat milk.
That's wrong anyway. Full fat milk's good for you because it makes you feel full.
Yeah.
Honestly, bad advice. She needs to lay off the sugar.
When you in your fucking face, you ugly piece of shit. You sick fuck.
Every Christmas, something magical happens.
Dear Santa.
When a kid sends a letter to Santa. But Liam...
To Santa.
...is a crappy speller.
Oh, fucking hell.
This looks like fun.
Oh, that's putrid.
Thank you.
What do you want?
You summoned me.
No.
So this is a Christmas movie coming out this year where Jack Black plays Satan and, you know, hilarity ensues, I guess.
Yeah, it includes Seth Silverman and Joe Rogan. No, Seth Rogen, sorry.
Probably that. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman, they did a movie a year or two ago called Santa Inc. or something like that, and it really bombed because you know there's a lot of Christians in this country who sometimes they see Jewish people making these movies and they think, wait a minute, you're kind of mocking my religion. Like Santa's kind of a religious figure. So I have a feeling this movie's not going to do too good at the box office. Well, it'll probably do better than that horrible Elf movie that Seth Rogen made. Have you guys seen any good movies lately?
No.
Nope.
I think the last good, like properly good movie I seen that came out in the cinema was 1917, which was fucking excellent. It was a great movie.
That was good. Yeah. And of course, I mean, besides Joker 2, I mean, have you seen any good movies besides Joker 2?
You know, I haven't watched Joker 2, weirdly enough.
Oh, you're
I
missing
actually haven't
out.
seen it yet either. Oh, yeah, but I've heard great things about Joker 2.
I mean, like, it's so weird how, what was the name of the director again?
Todd Phillips.
That's it. How he just comes out and says, yeah, you know what? I accidentally appealed to like an incel audience and now I need to shit on them. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I like Joker a lot. So
Well, it's like it's too late. Just everybody, we still have like the first film. We still have that.
Yeah.
Like it's out there.
Yeah.
We'll just pirate it, and it's nice. We just ignore the second one. I mean,
Yeah.
what was the budget? You paid like 80 million for like a gay little dunk. That's nice. We still have the first movie. Like, we still have
it didn't
that.
cost me anything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, you have the first movie, but Joker is canonically raped, though. That's also true. So.
What I expected. That the Republican Party would choose as a candidate and support a candidate who is an insurrectionist, who is an election denier, who is someone who is twice impeached, 34-time convicted felon, someone who has
Really racking up the high score though. This is like fucking at the end of a video game where it lists your achievements.
Yeah. At the end of it, you know, like fucking like times convicted, times impeached, did most damage to the tank.
Yeah. And still won. Exactly. Good point.
Of alleged sexual misconduct by 26 women found liable for sexual abuse. What is wrong with this country?
What's that even mean? Like, finding someone guilty of sexual abuse in a civil court. What does that fucking mean?
Right, found liable, not guilty of, but found liable for it.
Exactly. What does it? I'm liable for it. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's the thing I don't get, right? Is that like, see if there's like two opponents and they're like, how did you vote for the other guy? This other guy's like a rapist and a fucking convicted felon and fucking an insurrectionist and blah, blah, and everybody still voted for them. And it's like, yeah, because you are that bad.
Yeah.
That's how bad you are. Like, he was literally the better option.
Yeah, that
and I still
Kelly
vote for it,
rape case was such horseshit. If you look at the details of it, there was no evidence that it was a total fantasy that this crazy woman had. And then same with the fraud case, like the banks who he supposedly defrauded were like, no, actually he didn't commit fraud and we're not victims here. And they like convicted him anyways. It's a real scary situation.
I remember covering the fraud thing and like all the New York businessmen were like, oh, wait a minute, what are we in trouble? Because what Donald Trump was doing was just completely standard practice in New York. And they were all shitting themselves. It's like, is this a new precedent? It's like, no, it's just they're going after Trump. Don't worry, you're safe. Until you run for president.
That they would choose a message of divisiveness, of xenophobia, of racism, of misogyny over a message for the people.
The buzzwords, yes.
No, but like, hey, look, the president's like xenophobic, racist, divisive, and everyone starts, oh, yep, brilliant, yeah!
I was just lacing up my boots while I was listening to that, you know? Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Of the people, that's what the problem is. It's the Republican Party. And what's wrong with America?
And when you look at who is attracted...
It's incredible on that platform.
I never caught up with The View. I know that everyone was going as everybody checked in on everyone on The View, like after the fucking election result. I never actually watched it, though. I wish I did, but I heard they were all just.
You know what's interesting? We're on Lads Hour this week. We're actually going to watch it because honestly, I couldn't think of anything better, and it's so good. The one before, they're so fucking smug. They're like, oh, you know, Kamala's definitely going to win. She's definitely going to win. And the next one, there's a kind of somberness about it, as if they're all literally about to get their Handmaid's Tale outfits.
Yeah, well, the one we just watched, I think, is like day 3 of Trump having won, and they're still kvetching about it. But in the first, on day 1, they were all in black, like they were at a funeral.
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good.
To Nietzsche's ideas today, I'm not talking about the academics. I'm talking about the real people in the real world who uncritically embrace all of Nietzsche. It's never the Übermensch. It's never the blonde beast. It's never the jock. More often than not, it's people like Nietzsche. Sickly, marginalized, unattractive, resentful.
Incel rise up.
Is that true? You're the resident Nietzsche expert here, Carl. Is that accurate?
Oh, well, as a description of Nietzsche, yeah, he's a freak.
Good.
I mean, he was a demented freak. He ended up losing his virginity to a prostitute and caught syphilis, which is like, fuck. And he ended up going mad.
Yeah, bad idea.
But to be honest with you, I kind of like a lot of his ideas and a lot of his views. So.
Mm-hmm.
She don't need to justify, she don't have to tell you why, but you can't take away her voice. She's watching the picket line with everyone on her side, screaming, my body, my choice. My body, my choice.
I thought we were silencing women.
I love democracy.
We just voted to take your rights away, for fuck's sake. Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, 51% of people said that the other 49% should get raped. So, sorry, guys. Democracy has spoken.
We should just start leaving our dirty tampons everywhere. Because if men want so much control over us, they can do...
This is what I was talking about. As someone who used to work as a bouncer, you fucking do anyway, you fucking disgusting people.
Yeah, women's bathrooms are really messy, I've heard. This is what I was talking about with like the 2016 feminist energy. Remember when they were doing all that weird stuff like cooking with period blood and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And then
yeast sourdough.
Yeah, and you guys probably heard about the woman who went to Nick Fuentes' house and he pepper sprayed her.
Yeah.
she in her Facebook post, she was encouraging people to like mail him boxes of used tampons.
Yeah. But one thing that was really funny about that is how Nick seemed to just genuinely be prepared for this.
Oh yeah, he had his finger on that
hesitate.
pepper spray within like 0.3 seconds of that door opening. Like,
But the expression on his face, he was like, right, there's an older woman here. She's clearly angry at me. Get the pepper spray, spray her, knock her over, nick her phone. Just completely expressionless, right? He doesn't look like he wasn't expecting this. And it's just like, if not me, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Who are you? No, he knew exactly what was going on. Oh yeah, here we go. The enemy's right. It's like,
yeah, no, I know. That's just, I was saying, like, man, that's pretty funny. And people are like, oh, it's funny he assaulted an old woman. And it's like, well, almost nobody would do that. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't do that if some angry woman came to my door. I'd just be like, what do you want? And then if she was annoying, I'd like close the door.
Yeah. But that was the thing about the Nick Fuentes thing. Like, he'd planned for this. He knew this was going to happen one day. And so he had it all ready, and this was going exactly. You could see it was going according to the plan he had in his head. You know, he knew the next step. Right, pep sprayed her, knock her down the stairs, got her phone, brilliant.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw the video, but it's like right after he pepper sprays her, he's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And I just thought, man, this is kind of badass.
Yeah, it's quite funny, to be honest.
Deal with our dirty tampons. Clean it up. No, but genuinely, I was trying to think, like, ooh, like, what revenge sounds the most satisfying right now? And I kind of just want to fling dirty tampons at men's cars, their trucks. Ooh.
You know, hang on. You know the best revenge? The best revenge would be making sure that the washing up's done on time.
Yeah.
Make sure that the ironing's finished, the house is clean, the kids
It's
are
like
in
that
bed,
whole
you know,
4B thing. Like, we're not going to have casual sex with you anymore.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh,
My wife's
terrible.
going to be so glad to hear that, to be honest.
What the fuck's going on with her nose? Like, look at her nostrils.
Yeah, this one's actual rage fuel. This one really pisses me off.
Harris did not win.
Who won?
Trump.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So
Her kids start hyperventilating.
That's disgusting. They fucking rhetoric to their own kids.
Yeah.
That's fucking disgusting.
It really, I mean, it is. It's just, it makes me angry.
Yeah. So today may look a little different at school. Okay, there are probably going to be friends who have questions, right?
About the handcuffs. Being led off to the gulags.
I'm sure your teachers are going to, I think, you know,
things are going to look a little bit different at school. There's going to be men in Hugo Boss outfits standing around.
Just some immaculate kids with their hair done very, very, very well. They're all going to be wearing suits with boots, strangely enough.
A few swastika flags flying, yeah.
Oh no, you're probably going to get stuffed into a locker. Does that shit not fucking happen anymore, man? Like, you couldn't turn up to school without getting called, like a gay, 30 times, in the space of, a fucking hour. Like, is that not the fucking case anymore? Oh, by the way, see how back in the days you had cliques, right? In my days, you had, the Neds, the Goffs, the Moshers, the blah, 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 all that type of stuff. Apparently, you see all the little, furry, alternative, non-binary, genderqueer, fucking people. Apparently, the nickname for them is the Suicide Squad.
we currently are in a country where we get to choose, right? And people have different priorities, they have different values. Some people hear what he has to say and they don't believe him, and some people hear what he has to say and they believe him and they agree with him. So today's probably, your school day is probably gonna look pretty normal. Okay, your teachers are gonna do a really great job of, if you have questions throughout the day or if you have big feelings throughout the day.
Do you like these?
Are you sad?
I'm very sad.
God. And now you're crying.
I'm fucking angry this morning, yeah? So I thought I'd make a fucking...
Oh, you're neck of the woods here, Sargon.
I'm not in Birmingham.
Well, you're a country at least.
I woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah, because I live in a shithole. I fucking love that video, man.
Don't accuse him. Don't accuse me of living in Birmingham, Jesus.
Are you still in Slough? Is it or what?
No, I'm not in fucking Slough. Jesus, what's wrong with you, man?
Wait,
it's like that's like me accusing you of living in Detroit.
Yeah, I went to Detroit in the summer. The downtown area is not that bad, actually. It's a lot nicer than Birmingham, I'll tell you that.
Well, probably that's true.
Video. Why I'm angry? Don't ask me why. I've just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a shithole.
I love the. Can we go back to that? Can we go back to that?
Yeah.
If you scan through it, you can see the wall in the background.
NHS mural.
NHS. Oh yeah, the country has been fucking sacrificed for the black woman on the NHS because she's keeping the country going. Like fucking hell, man. That is. We are literally. We are going to turn into basically like woke North Korea. Our government will never give up woke. they're going to have to be dragged kicking and screaming out of the fucking 10 Downing Street, going on about diversity and inclusion and how it's our strength before, literally, it'll be like Mad fucking Max, and they'll be dragged out talking about diversity. Bookmark this.
No, I think you're absolutely right. It makes me sad when I look at the UK, like all the people who got the book thrown at them over those riots a few months ago. It's really awful.
Well, like a friend of mine posted on Twitter the other day, it's like, look, Britain is this character, and what it was is King Theoden with, when he's in Wormtongue's spell, and he's just on the throne, like hoary and covered in cobwebs or whatever. That's Britain at the moment. We could be great. We're just fucking spellbound by this bullshit.
Yeah.
Because I live in a shithole.
So I hear that white women are using blue bracelets to signal to people, to especially black and brown women, that we are safe. But I also want to put out there, while this is great for people to be able to kind of seek people out, that safety.
Like, they're not afraid of you.
From a black and brown woman is their own assessment. How do they feel in my presence? How, based on the things that I show up for in my life, am I a safe woman? I don't get to decide that I'm a safe woman. Black and brown women get to decide that I'm a safe woman.
Oh my God. Who cares what they think?
Well, I mean, it's just this this escalation war of virtue signaling. Like, oh, you want to make blue bracelets to tell everyone you did. Well, guess what I think? I think black people should still get to hate us, even if we wear blue bracelets. So I'm better than you.
I just think it's weird when it's like, I like to wear the blue bracelet so that black and brown people know I'm not a threat to them. What an odd thing to say. Why do you feel why do you feel, did you have a problem before where you were just attacking them in the street? Like, what the fuck was the point in that? It's just a weird thing to point out. It's like walking into a room and going, I'm not a rapist. And everyone's like, I mean, nobody said anything. What an odd thing to just announce, but all right.
Yeah. Dan acting like, he can go into a room and announce that. Everyone's thinking, yeah, you liar.
If I'm ever out at a function or a bar or something, and I see you saying the phrase, your body, my choice, to a woman, I am going to kill you. And that's not me saying that as like some metaphorical thing, like, oh, I'm going to go.
Wait, even if I have a blue bracelet on?
Go off on you, or like I'm going to just really hurt you. Like, I mean this with the utmost sincerity.
Why would you do that? You can't do that to their body. It's their body, their choice. You can't kill it.
It's not your choice, bro.
Yeah, fucking back off.
Yeah, hypocrite much.
From the bottom of my heart, in that moment, I am going to try to end your...
His little at... what is his at? Like, at...
Where Roger at?
Right, okay, because it really looked... Because this is like on my second screen, which is smaller, and this is really small in that screen, right? It really looks, for my terrible eyes, like it's called Whore Raper.
Whore Raper.
I mean, it must be my eyes and the fact that it's a tiny screen that I'm looking at, not comparatively. But like, I'm looking at that thinking, Whore Raper, and he's just like, yeah, if you say my body, your choice. Your body, my choice.
That's my job. I'm the one who does the whore raping around here, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm not trying to infringe on your turf.
Fucking life.
The misogynistic trolls feel even more emboldened than ever before.
I feel seen.
I'm just a girl standing in front of the world asking for a president who isn't a rapist. Request denied!
The feel when we control your bodies. Hey, bitch, we control your bodies. Guess what? Guys win again, okay? Men win again. And yes, we control your bodies. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman.
You know what's funny about that? So they put out, I don't know if you saw any of those ads, but the Harris campaign put out a bunch of ads.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the old guy shows up in your bedroom and he's like, I'm your Republican congressman. You can't do that. Or whatever. But after this, Nick did his spiel on election night. There was like a Google trend of people searching, is Nick Fuentes a congressman?
There was also a Google trend of people asking, is Nick Fuentes gay?
Then it's your body, my choice.
Disgusting comments like that are going viral. They're setting the groundwork for a massive backlash. One lesson nobody learned from Trump the first time around was that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The action was Trump's ascendancy, and the reaction was a global movement centering women's righteous anger. We are already seeing the ripples of another movement based on that anger, and I am predicting we are going to get a bigger reaction than 2017 this time around.
He's just asking. He's just saying, look, could you go out and protest, please?
Yeah. It's not going to happen. They're tired. The libs are tired. Yeah. They didn't have the energy to go vote.
Yeah. They know they've lost. They accept they've lost. They accept the defeat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there was was in 2017, wasn't there? Was like a million woman march or something like that.
Yeah. Pink pussy hats and everything.
I mean, it wasn't much of a march. Half of them were fat. They were piled up like 5 minutes.
It's just a question of when, where, and how. Donald Trump's third bid for the White House was arguably his most misogynistic yet, and his supporters heard the message loud and clear, even on election night.
And you'll notice it was the one that
called for
was the
Trump.
most successful. Funny that.
That's such a great fucking phrase. Like, again, that's normally the way you'd frame, like, you know, this athlete's running time or something was arguably his best yet, or something. This footballer's performance was arguably his best yet. So, you know, he really sounds like he's endorsing the misogyny, and it won.
Yeah, and what's funny too is we got all because he ran against female candidates both times that he won, so there's all these jokes about him beating women.
Yeah, the first president ever that has prevented a female president twice.
Yeah.
Just when you thought you couldn't like the guy anymore, like, it's fucking incredible.
Yeah, what a legacy.
Have there been any other female candidates for the presidency before?
I don't think so.
So
I mean, probably like third party candidates and like that, like Jill Stein and people.
I mean,
like
main candidates. For,
yeah.
You know, the major.
I don't
parties.
think so. I could be.
No,
wrong.
I don't think so either. So, like, the only time that women ever decide to run is like Donald Trump's giant grinning orange face blocking the White House. It's very based.
Sort of white supremacist, Nazi-friendly troll and Mar-a-Lago dinner guest Nick Fuentes tweeted, quote, "Your body, my choice forever." What we're seeing now is
they're never gonna stop talking about the Mar-a-Lago dinner. It's just like Charlottesville too. They'll never stop talking about Charlottesville.
Backlash to that rank misogyny in tweets and videos all over social media. Women are pushing back against the Trump supporters who want to undo decades of progress on women's rights.
The Hollywood. Oh, okay, hang on. So there's this one clip from Bernie where, again, it's just taken out of context, but it's the American people are tired of women, and that's honestly how I feel. Right? the full quote is something like, "The American people are tired of women suffering, blah blah blah." You know, but if you cut it just right, it's so fucking funny. And honestly, I bet the American people do feel that way. It's, oh God, now what have they done? Oh, fuck's sake. You know, I just want to get my fucking petrol. I just want to get groceries. I just want to pick up the kids from school. Would you shut the fuck up?
Yeah, we have longhouse fatigue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Against the Trump supporters who want to undo decades of progress on women's rights.
The Hollywood liberals 100% love that.
Well, Hollywood's just crazy to me, dude. I just don't understand it. Like, it seems like they hate white men.
Well, seems like some people that work in Hollywood, I'm sure, don't like white men, but that's the thing about woke culture. It's like there's a hierarchy of the injustices that you have faced. But white men, even if it's not you, which is where it gets prejudiced, because if it's not you, white men over history have caused the most grief. They've caused the most trouble. They've been responsible for the most injustices in this country, at least. You know, slavery, red line laws.
Other people helped with slavery. Let's don't just pin the tail on the honky donkey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But in America, slaves were exclusively owned by white
undeniably.
people.
Right.
In other countries, they're owned by all kinds of people. This is where it gets.
See, that's what we got to do then.
Did he just say that slave owners were exclusively white people?
No, there was black slave owners.
He's saying in America, but even that's not accurate. There were black slave owners.
Yeah, that's not accurate at all.
Yeah. Joe Rogan is funny. Like he kind of does this every now and then. Like I remember during the George Floyd riots, there was this clip of him going, I'm watching all these looting videos and it's all white kids. It's only white people looting. And it's like, man, you must have really cherry picked some videos if that's what you saw. Yeah. But it's funny too because they're talking about Hollywood hating white people, and he's kind of regurgitating like the Hollywood brainwashing, right? Like all the there's so many movies about slavery, and they make white people look like these like evil caricatures that doesn't really track with like your day-to-day interactions with white people. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe they weren't all evil in the 50s and then it finally changed. Like maybe a lot of this Hollywood stuff is exaggerating.
Well, the question would be, why did they change? If white people have got this gargantuan, brilliant country that's, winning wars and got massive economics, why would you change? What would be the incentive?
Yeah, good question. What's the answer?
I guess they just made a really compelling moral argument, and one day white people were like, yeah, that's a good point. Maybe whipping black people until they're bleeding in the fields isn't good, actually. Good point. Yeah. I guess we'll let them go.
Slaves were exclusively owned by white people.
Right.
In other countries, they're owned by all kinds of people. This is where it gets weird.
See, that's what we got to do then.
Well, now that we know Project 2025 is legit happening, like we said all, when's the Civil War start? Anybody know? And what are we wearing?
What are we?
I'm just pro Project 2025. I don't even know anything about it. I have no idea what it's about. But everything they've told me about it, I'm like, oh, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I think I don't know that much about it. I know like a big part of it is trying to get leftist people out of the institutions, like try to reclaim the institutions. And I think there's also some stuff in there about getting rid of porn and stuff like that. It's like the Heritage Foundation. They're like a Christian family institute, so it's a lot of stuff like that.
Right. So, like I said, the only thing I've ever heard about Project 2025 comes out of the mouths of leftists, and if it's half as based as what they make it sound,
it was pretty based, but Trump claims he's not into it. So,
I say we pass a law that requires anyone who voted for that orange piece of shit to wear their Trump hat 24/7.
How are you going to do that when you've lost the Senate and the House?
Because conservatives are dangerous for anyone who isn't white, Christian, or male. Completely dangerous.
But how are you going to do that when you've lost all the legislative ability?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, we make the laws now. Your body, our choice.
Yeah, get that pussy hat on.
Yeah. It's wild. People actually do they even believe this, or is it just like what they've been trained to regurgitate on social media?
As someone who's done a lot of research and videos on cults, see the way they act and repeating the buzzwords and repeating the mantras and repeating the phrases, and they feel like because they don't have kinship with their other countrymen or even their own race, they seek it elsewhere through ideology.
Right.
And the fact is that the more and more you challenge them, the more that they double down. And it's like no matter what evidence you put in front of them, they still double down and all that. And then you even get say, for example, they do the same thing cults do, where they try and separate you from your family. Because, see how they hate the nuclear family. They'll go in, they'll get your kids young, distance the children from the family, and then once they're nice and isolated, you can do whatever the hell you want to that person. It's literally the exact same behavior that cults use for indoctrination. That's what it is.
Yeah, I've seen dozens of videos just after the election where they're like, if your family voted for Trump, it's okay to like never talk to them again and shit like that. And you're exactly right.
Every video of this I see, whatever Project 2025 is, I just want it to be real. I just want it to be real so I can say, yes, Project 2025 is go. Everything you've said is correct. It's your worst nightmare. But like you said, people are going to fucking kill themselves or something like that afterwards. So you can't do it. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, so you're saying you want white people to be a danger to non-white people.
I mean, I'm personally not saying that. I'm just saying I want them to think that.
Gotcha.
Like dynamite waiting to go off in your hand. So I think we should all get a public service warning. Don't you?
I wouldn't be surprised if the median income of the
I do have the Vosh clip here. This is the one I mentioned already.
Republican voter was lower than that of the Democrat voter at this point. Not mean, but median. They are the party of the working class because the working class is largely stupid, uneducated, and highly susceptible to propaganda.
Oh, based grug brain.
Isn't the working class what your entire ideology is supposed to be for?
But this is literally Vosh declaring himself to be the midpoint on the midwit meme. It's like, yeah, no, they're fucking stupid. They vote for Trump. And all the really smart fucking anon right-wingers on Twitter vote for Trump. And then there's me, the fucking idiot leftist midwit, gooning to horsecock in the middle, crying about my loss.
I just think that there's something extremely fucking funny about one of the internet's most famous socialists, like, shitting all over the working class. That's like the leader of the NAACP turning out to be Uncle Ruckus. But, like, honestly, it's just, he's a fucking moron, Vosh. I debated him once. And
I love that debate, by the way. That was so fun to watch.
Oh, it wasn't even a debate. It was, Dankula, you're a fascist. Now prove you're not. I was like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I just bullied him. But I mean, at least I don't fucking wank to horses.
Yeah, it is funny though, because like the whole like supposedly like socialism is like the ideology of the working class, right? Isn't that kind of the messaging?
Yeah.
No. Socialism is the ideology of the upper bourgeoisie trying to weaponize the working class against those people who are successful.
Yeah, the upper bourgeoisie, the champagne, they're like rich kids who grew up with money and then feel guilty about it, so they want to prove it.
It's middle classers who are jealous of the upper classers. That's what it is.
It's not even just the upper classes. It's them who are angry at their dads because their dads were off working and they never got to see them, and so now I have to find a way to get back at my fucking dad.
Of the working class because the working class is largely stupid, uneducated, and highly susceptible to propaganda.
I love badges too. I'm rocking some True Boys new Von tell me to read my ass off. Shit, I'm trying to tell them the same. Get to the guap. I'm trying to take the shit far, but never forget why I came. I want the richies, but I don't really care for fame.
Does she get fucking cerebral palsy? What's wrong with her?
This is culture now. Okay, get over it.
White women from rapping.
Fucking Lil Walt Jr. Like, she doesn't. I don't know. She moves weird. Sorry, I just find the way she moves weird.
She talks weird too, or raps, whatever that is.
Guys, how do you feel about the lot of us blue voters filing, I don't know if it would be a civil suit or a class action suit against Donald Trump and his minions for the stress and the anxiety and the effects on our mental health and physical health and well-being, along with the suffering of our relationships that Donald Trump has caused us.
That's so good. That's so good.
Yeah.
Your Honor, my opponent won the election and I was very upset by it.
No, I'm suing. Yeah, you might have a better chance suing like CNN and MSNBC. They're the ones who actually drove you insane. And and it's that thing you were just talking about, Dankula, about getting away from your family. She's like, yeah, Trump ruined my relationship with my family. Never any accountability for the decisions they're making.
Wow.
Of our relationships that Donald Trump has caused us.
I think there are a lot of families out there who don't believe boys should play girls' sports.
They're not boys. I'm not going to listen to transphobia at this table. I am not going to listen to you call a trans girl a boy.
Are you going to allow me to finish my explanation?
When you use a word that's a slur, I'm going to interrupt. That's not how it is. They're not boys. They're not boys. They're not playing girls' softball. I'm not going to sit there and listen to that.
Let's reset for a second because, look, this is a really heated issue, right? And Sharmichael, I know you. I know that you understand that people have different views on this. I think out of respect for Jay, let's try to talk about this in a way that is respectful.
Okay, so let me rephrase this since I'm being targeted here.
Just to be clear, you are not being targeted.
I am, but it's okay.
I'm specifically saying that I know that you are not intending to be transphobic.
He should know that I'm not intending. He wants to sit here and
call you transphobic. I'm saying you're using a phrase that you know.
So
the way regular people interpret it,
that's not regular people. That's not regular people. There's no consensus that these are actually boys.
Jesus.
That guy's physiognomy is interesting. Like,
yeah, he was really triggered. He's really upset there at the comment saying it's boys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, that's all the clips I had. I wanted to move through it quickly because Dankula said he didn't get any sleep, so I wanted to just try to kind of plow through it here. We do have some super chats though, so let's take a look at those. Michael Cruz sent $20 and he says, "Praying for y'all. Love the content. Thank you very much." Meximan and Cheese says, he sent $5. He says, "I really hope women keep this energy up. We need to make sure we hold our majority in the House and Senate in 2026.
Yeah, that's a great comment. Keep the energy up, ladies.
Peter Bocan sent £5. He says, "Marco Rubio got nominated for the Secretary of State, so that's that." Yeah, not my favorite appointment that I've seen so far. Do you guys have any thoughts on Marco Rubio?
I know he's a bit of a neocon warhawk. Like, I know the name, but I don't know too much about the guy specifically. I'm just seeing everybody saying that he's a neocon.
Little Marco. They're worse, but they're way better.
Yeah, he said he wants to go to war with Iran in one of his interviews, or that he's willing to do it at least. So that's why a lot of and he's really like anti-China too, which I guess is okay, but let's see here. Jack Ladd sent £5. He said, "Count Dankula, are you going to do a Mad Lads on Michael Collins?"
The name rings a bell. I actually think he's in the list. I think he is. I'll need to double check.
Is that the IRA guy?
I think it might be. I think so. I'm not sure though. I'll need to double check.
Okay, and moving over to Power Chat here. Fire Rises sent $5. He said, "Sargon, would you ever have Nick Fuentes on Lotus Eaters, or maybe tag team debate libtards again like you did on the infamous train wrecks debate?"
That was a fun debate as well. That was before Fuentes was like famous.
Yeah,
being harassed by women, the pepper spray in the face. I mean, yeah, I don't actually mind Fuentes that much, to be honest. Like, he doesn't bother me, and so I'm not like adverse. Like, in the same way, like Andrew Tate, like I don't consider myself to be an adversary of these people. I just view them as part of the entertainment of the internet. These guys sort of are, and so I mean, I'm fine with that. I don't mind. But
cool. Anonymous sent $10 and he tried to play a video, but I have the media. Oh, it's a song called Progress. Yeah, I have the media turned off for this show. Sorry. But I'll check out the song, and if I like it, I'll put it in a YCSP or as an intro or something. Anglian Arsehole sent $5. Great guest, great show, great host. All the love from the UK. Thank you. And he actually sent that one twice, so sorry about that, but no refunds. Okay, I think that is everything. Let me check Streamlabs again real quick. Oh yes, there's a couple here. Mexi Man and Cheese. C19 showed everyone my body, my choice wasn't a conviction. It was just a propaganda term for abortion. Where were the feminists when people were getting forced to get a vaccine?
Yeah.
Well, that's obviously true, and also that is the philosophy behind abortion, isn't it? Your body, my choice.
Yeah, your body, my choice, exactly.
To the baby. So it's just like, why are they so fucking upset?
Guido Austin sent $3 and says, "Which of you three is the best at limited or constructed?" I'm the best at limited. I'll throw that out there. I'm probably better at limited.
I don't know what that is.
I was talking about magic.
Yeah. All right.
It would be cool to have like a YouTuber magic tournament. Like I know Tim Pool plays and a bunch of other people.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a great idea. A limited YouTube magic YouTube tournament.
Yeah, I thought about a couple years ago trying to organize it, but it just felt like the logistics of it are, it's a lot.
Well, is there like an online program we can use for it?
I mean, I watched some magic streamers, and so like Louis Scott Vargas, for example, and they have a program they use where it's like you can set up your cube and make the cube, but everybody then has to own those cards to build the deck or whatever. So it's a little bit, I don't know.
There used to be just a program called
or whatever.
Yeah, Cockatrice or Apprentice was the one I used to use. That just you could just play online for free, and it was brilliant. But I mean, if it can get organized, I'm totally down for it.
Yeah. I'll think about trying to try. I don't know if I'll think about taking that on because it would be fun. I don't think I'd be able to get Tim Pool to come, but
I'll ask him. I'm sure he'll do it.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. I think that's. It is. That's all the super chats. So that's the show. Thank you everybody for watching and supporting. Thank you to my wonderful guests. I'll let you guys do some plugs now. Sargon, why don't you go first? Tell people where to find you. Of course, I put links to their Twitter and YouTube in the description, but what else should people know about?
Oh, just podcast with Load Seaters on YouTube. Just go and check that out.
Nice.
Count Dankula on YouTube. That's it.
You're not caught this time. Come on, sell it.
What? I was just Count Dankula on YouTube. Like, what else am I supposed to do?
You said it like you were on fucking trial again.
I know, fair. I'm tired. Sorry.
I'm just teasing you, man.
I gotta say, Sargon, some of your Lotus Eater guys are pretty based. I've started following some of them on Twitter. I'm like, I like what you guys are doing.
They're pretty great, aren't they? I'm very lucky to have a good team around me.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for doing the show. It's a pleasure to have you, and we'll call it a day. Thanks for watching. Everybody enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll catch you later. Peace out.
All right. Cheery bye.